Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host CDB, or you can call me Chris, and today we have a great one. Of course, I think we have a great one every day. I'm a little biased on that issue. We're going to be using a new soap that will be coming out on the 25th of April from Zingari called the Healers. And this is a charity fundraising effort soap, so I'm not going to calculate the price on this because $5 from every purchase goes to either Feeding America or Samaritan's Purse. These tubs will be on sale for $24, which is what I paid as well. I did pay for these, by the way. This one, the Healers, is what we're using today. Beautiful citrus scent. Scent strength about, I would say 6, above medium. And I like that she puts the notes on the side there. This is citrus, pineapple, and cucumber. It is right up my alley. I think it was previously called the Gypsy, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that, but I like it. Let's put it that way. The other one that you can buy is the Essentials. And this one is tobacco, bay rum, and bergamot. To me, this smells a lot like bergamot and bay from Cold River Soap Works, which I love. So I'm glad I got both of these because I love the scent on both of them. She has really nice pores too. You can't see it. Well, the lighting is such that you can't see anything in here. And again, I lock my camera focus because I don't like that in-out lighting effect. Also, we're going to be using a straight razor today that I purchased from David Gonzalez. This is the Dovo Best number 95 5/8. It's been years since I've done a straight razor shave. I should say. So there may be blood, you never know. But I'm looking forward to using this soap. And again, $24 will be on sale the 25th of April. Beautiful scents on both. $5 will be going towards Feeding America and Samaritan's Purse. Heather from Zingari sometimes allows early access to, create awareness on the soaps that are coming out. But I did purchase them full price, just so you know, if that matters to you. Honestly, I take the same approach to every video that I do. It doesn't matter whether something is sent to me or I pay for it. I treat everything the same. If I don't like it, I don't like it. If I do like it, I do like it, and that's all there is to it. And so, but I do understand that some people like to take that in consideration, whether, you have been given an evaluation product or not. Quite frankly, that does not, it doesn't skew my results. And there are some companies that will not send me things because they know if I don't like it, I don't like it. I'm going to say so. I mean, that's the only way you can maintain credibility is if you call it like you see it, and you don't withhold things just because you receive something to evaluate. So that's just my approach. And again, that limits the amount of things sometimes that I'm able to try as an evaluation product, and I'm okay with that. I would rather call it like I see it than, just receive a bunch of stuff. That's just me. Okay. We're also using the Gray Dog brush, which was sent to me by Gray Dog. He doesn't sell them, by the way. This was just a very nice gift. And I'm trying to get all this pre-shave off my hands because it's going to be really important for me to have dry hands and have a good grip on this straight razor. And again, I want to say at the onset, I'm not very skilled at straight razor shaving. Let me just say that right now. Ooh, I love the scent of this soap. I had been looking for this soap, or at least the one called the Gypsy, previously, but they were out of stock everywhere. So I had planned on buying this anyway, because I think DK from, where I call him Blackbeard, I'll link his channel below, had told me that I would like the scent, and I do. So far, honestly, I have enjoyed most of Zingari's scents, or I've enjoyed everyone I've tried so far. So she and I must have similar taste in scents, assuming that she likes the scents that she's making, that is. Okay, let's get some water in here. Gonna try to get a little bit more water in here. Here we go. And again, this is probably going to look awkward, but we're going to stick with it and press forward and do the best we can. And that's all anybody can do. Let's get that off of there. I want to mention one other thing. I was talking to Josh from Shooting the Shave this morning, and he had commented on one of my videos where he said, he said he made a comment that I called him Justin before. And I said, oh, there's so many J's in wet shaving. And I listed a few, and he was like, oh, there is. And so I wrote a list off the top of my head of all the J's that have either wet shaving channels, or these are all actually wet shaving channels. Josh Shooting the Shave, Jason Ruds, Johan from Shaven Butcher, John Shaves 101, John from Latherhog, Jim Combs, Jimmy from NYC Wet Shaving, Jack from the Virtual Groom Room, Jill from She Shaves with Jill, Jeffrey Smith, who I like to call the Bob Ross of wet shaving, Jeremy, the Traveling Shaver, Just Lance, JB from Distorted Edge, Justin, the Red Owling Shaver, Jam and G.I. James, Jared Stein, Joseph Davids, or Joe from Queens, and J.L. Kessler. Now, a few of those folks haven't made videos for quite some time, but there are a lot of J's in the YouTube game. And okay, here we go. Our first few strokes here. One thing about a straight, you can certainly hear it. It is not difficult to hear. There we go. Feeling good so far. And David said this razor might need a hone. I did strop it a little bit. It cut the hairs on my arm, without me pressing down pretty well. So felt good in that regard. Not too bad. Slightly tuggy, I would call it, so it probably needs a hone, and I probably need more water, quite frankly, in my mix too, I would say. Let's not do that. Let's continue this way. Okay. It's funny when you get a straight razor, it just feels different. Immediately to me, it feels different than using the shavettes I've been using. Not bad. And I'm trying to sort of not talk as much as I normally am, because I don't want to have a bad go on my first run with this razor. But it's doing okay. I need a little more. One thing that I'm noticing is, because it takes me longer, you need a little more. And I know that's not going to look good, that lather, but I need moisture in it. And I need to keep my fingers dry. So, let's see. I cannot see very well. Right there. That's okay. Not bad. Not bad so far. That feels okay, actually. Again, I think it could probably use a hone, but it's slightly tuggy. But it feels okay. It's not to the point where it's causing me trouble. So I think for the 2 passes that I'm going to do with it, it'll be okay. That right there I need to do something else with. Let's see if I could do this. There we go. And again, I am an absolute novice at this, so keep in mind that my technique is not one to emulate, and I'm not talking as much simply because this requires a little more concentration. I'm just going to come up a little bit with this. There we go. You're always a little bit tentative when you're using something you don't regularly use. And even though I've been using shavettes, this one, it just, it feels a bit different. So I'm going very gingerly with it. We're going to call that our first pass. And let's get re-lathered so I can get some more moisture on my face. That is absolutely needed. No fault of the soap. That's just the way I lather. It's sometimes a little bit dry, which works fine for DEs. But when you're using straights, you just need more water. So we're just going to have to change it up a little bit. Plus the time it's taken me is more than it would be with a DE. So I'm just going to have to adjust and get more lather in the mix, and get more water in the mix, I should say. And also, there's no crime in relathering or re-putting water in your mix if you need to, you know, during your pass. There's absolutely no crime in it. I want to mention something else while I'm lathering here. The dude, Gigi, I think it's 1.5, did a blindfold shave, which I enjoyed. He used one of those Occam type razors, Hiram or something, which is probably the most difficult safety razor to adding some water here to load. And it was pretty good. So brand new channel. There is some adult language, so I want to make you aware of that, but he did a blindfold shave. It was pretty good. Also Shooting the Shave, Josh, the one I mentioned earlier, I called him Justin. Then later he mentioned, hey, I wasn't, no offense, you know, when I was saying you called me Justin. I was like, I didn't take any offense by it. I thought it was funny. I was like, yeah, I've called a lot of people probably the wrong names and so on. So I apologize if I get it wrong. It is certainly not intentional. And let's see if we can press forward with this. All right. Let's dry the hands off so I don't have a bunch of moisture all over my hands. Again, this is very unusual for me, I would say, because you know, I just don't typically use straight razors, and I haven't for years and years and years. So there you go. Not too bad. The main area, because I really can't see that well around my ear, because I'm looking into the camera, because the mirror is too far away. So I really can't see that well. So one of the things I'm going to have to do is figure out a way to get close to the ear without cutting myself, or you know, use it and go in a different direction or something like that. Maybe we'll just go down again for a little bit there. Get some of that. I don't want to cut my ear on day one. And certainly, if you're uncomfortable, it's fine to do a couple of passes in the same direction, I would say. Or at least that's the way I feel about it. So one of the things I was wondering about was this upstroke. And I was wondering about the grip. And Frank, from Wet Shaving and Stuff, was showing me sort of a bread knife grip, like so, which is working. Again, I'm tentative, obviously, being a novice, and this razor needs honed. So, you know, you're going to have to take that into consideration. It's not going to be perfect form. And I cannot talk as much as I would generally like, but you know, that's the way it goes. So anyway, Frank was, and Dave Card, sort of helping me with the grip on this upstroke here on the neck, which is working fine so far. So not bad there. Again, the left hand is, you know, very, very odd, you know, because I don't have great dexterity in my left hand. So when I'm using it, it feels a little bit odd. And I'm trying to remove the the lather here. I got it way up further than I should have on the blade. So let's see if we can go this way here. So not bad. Not bad. It feels okay. Again, I think this razor could probably use a little touch up. It is cutting though, so if we can make it through here without doing any major damage, we'll call it. I'm gonna use my right hand just to get some of that there. Let's see, this area right here, a little bit tricky for me. Not exactly. Let's try this. Just trying to use that very tip of the blade to get that area up. I tell you what, I'm going to call that, and I'm going to grab a DE just to clean up. First time out with a straight razor in probably 6-7 years, so you know I don't expect flawless performance. I just wanted to get the cheeks and most of my neck. Maybe I'll lather up the neck and at least go one more round on that. And maybe try to go upward on the cheek. Let's try it. I mean, it's worth a shot. It might make the video a little longer, but that's okay. We're trying something new. It's going to take a while. For some reason, I'm even more tentative with this than I was with the Shavette. And that doesn't really make sense because the Shavette will cut you super quick. The feather, but I'm a little bit tentative with this right now. And for those of you who are straights, feel free to give your comments and critique. I am not bothered by it because, again, I'm new at this. And by the way, one of the things you'll notice if you watch guys like Dave Card, when he lathers, he makes the type of lather that works very well for his style of shaving. And I wouldn't call it picturesque. Now, that doesn't mean it's a bad lather. His shaves are flawless. What I'm saying is he's making a perfect lather for his use case. So keep that in mind and make the type of lather that you can shave best with in your use case. Not maybe what looks best on pictures or on Instagram. Those look good, but sometimes you don't need nearly as much structure. Sometimes you need more hydration, and I would say that would be sort of my Achilles heel. Let's go up here. There we go. My Achilles heel would be not getting enough moisture in my lather, because really a lot of times, quite frankly, it's just not needed for DE shaving. Sorry, I'm forgetting. What I'm trying to say, because I'm trying to focus at the same time. So this won't be the best of videos, I'm sure. But again, I'm learning. And so you can expect trial and error. And again, I feel like this razor could use a hone and to be touched up. It's not horrible, but it's not what I would call super. It does not feel to me super, super, super sharp. But mostly what I'm trying to do at this point is get the bulk of the area. There we go. And avoid cutting myself. If you let lather set on your face, as long as I am, and you don't have a tremendous amount of moisture in it, it's bound to dry out. So, keep that in mind. It will dry out on you. That is not a fault of the soap. That's a fault of me taking all day. Okay, so we're gonna call that a shave. I'm gonna rinse and we'll come back and get into the post. Stay tuned. And all right, we're back with our Humphreys. When you shave with a straight razor and you're not used to it, your face is gonna feel a little different. And so that is natural, especially, this one shaves, but I think it could use a hone, so I will send that out for a hone. The soap, where did I put it? It's over here, is really, really nice. Terrific scent. If you're interested, check it out on the 25th of April, 2020, of course. It is the Healers. Really terrific quality. Every soap from Zingari I've had thus far has been very, very good quality. The aftershave we're gonna finish off today with is the Maol Grooming Tangerine. It's terrific. These aftershaves from Maol, or at least this is the first one I've ever tried, and it's fantastic, citrusy. And also, I don't normally do this, but because I used a straight, Heather sent this test, balm. So I've never tried a Zingari balm. So I will try this one and, slap some on and see how it goes. I'm really not a balm person. I generally do not need it, but since I did something different, let's give it a go. Very nice. Feels nice on the skin. So we'll see how that goes later. Again, folks, I want to mention this straight razor shave is the first one in 6-7 years. It's not going to win any awards. Very tentative and reluctant. And when you're that way, you're not going to do a great job. But I got an okay shave. I can feel some down here I missed. But, for first time around, I didn't cut myself terribly. Actually, didn't cut myself at all. So we'll build off that and improve as we go. And so hopefully you'll enjoy the journey with me. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And by the way, we use the Zingari soap. This is the Gray Dog. I am discombobulated, let me tell you. This is the Gray Dog brush. Thank you, Gray Dog. Very, very nice. And we use the Dovo Best Class. This is number 95 5/8, which I will send out to get that edge tightened up a little bit. And then we'll see how it goes with it. Thank you, David, for selling that to me for a very good price. I really appreciate it. It was actually a decent shave. I want to thank everybody for joining me, and I want to remind you, it's your shave, do it your way, and God bless.